people who really, really have no clue. So if you know what to do, you're not going to get anything out of this. So just go ahead, go look at something else. So I am here with Charmaine, just showing you something really quickly that someone in Knotless Nation asked me about, how to add string and things to make a braid install more interesting. It's super easy, super fun. The best part about this is that there are no rules. Have options, maybe organize it in a little clear display thing for clients to choose from and add a little pop to their install. And trust me, these are like super bootleg. The trinkets cost $1, if that. So don't be afraid to check. So don't be afraid to check dollar stores. Children's stores have string and beading. You have a craft store near you like Michael's or something similar, you can absolutely get creative. But this is just a very basic breakdown that will turn a dull install into something more fancy. So stick around. So here is an example of the clear display thing that I was trying to explain. It's where I keep all my beads, little rubber bands, anything that can get lost basically. And then I keep string in a separate container. And speaking of string, we are going to start there because that is one of the easiest lessons that you can get for adding a pop to a braid install. What you're going to do is attach the string underneath the braid. And I don't know why I didn't do it in the video, but I should have actually tied the string to the braid. But either way, it just depends on the type of string that you're using. But for the purposes of this video, I guess I didn't tie it, but it doesn't matter because all you're going to do is form X's along the braid in the back and the front. What I did there was make sure that the ends were even because you don't want to have excess string hanging off and waste any material. And this is just a closer view. And right here where I'm making the first X, definitely feel free to secure it in the braid. I didn't, maybe because I knew it was a mannequin, but all you're gonna do is literally form X's to the front and X's to the back all the way down the braid until your desired or the client's desired position to stop. When you get to the bottom, that's where you're going to secure the ending, make a little knot, and snip off any excess string. Remember, it doesn't have to be done at the very beginning. It can be done for special occasions, or it can be done to revive an aged set of box braids or locks or twists or whatever. Let's move on to adding hoops and clamps. Now, the reason why you want to make sure there's an opening is because obviously you want the clamp to be able to get over the size of the braid. All you're going to do is open it to the width that you need, wrap it around the braid, and secure it. Now, it seems pretty straightforward, but you'd be surprised how many clients tell me, I don't know how to put those things in, because they don't even realize that there's an opening on the clamp. So secure it by, again, connecting the open ends or flattening the clamp a little bit. It's very flexible, and squishing it into the braid. Okay, so let's talk about hoops real quick. This is a little bit different. What you're going to do after you open the ends is stick it through one of the stitches of the braid and then secure it. Obviously, the wider the opening, the easier it will be for the hoop to fall out. So you want to make sure that you close the clamp and then turn the opening into the braid so that it looks seamless. Now, where you place these trinkets is completely up to you or your client. I will suggest that you ask your client where they wear their hair, how they wear their hair. Do they have a favorite side? Because if this client likes to wear her hair to one side, something as light and simple as these gold pops can make a huge difference. Sometimes clients will tell you, put it where you think it belongs. Basically, I always like to put one in the lower back left or right, and then maybe one in the top back and the top front left or right, so that when they put their hair up in a bun, they get something fun. And this is not a bun. 1 second. And so, oh, that's stupid. If you ask her how she wears her hair, you can have a better idea of how to place your design, your beads, your string, whatever it is that you're adding. So let's talk about beading really quickly, because I know traditionally people use beads for children's hairstyles, but if you have an object that has an opening on the top and the bottom, you can turn anything into a bead or a hair accessory. So the gold bars that you saw just now, those were not hair accessories, but I found it in a craft store and I said, oh, I could definitely fit a braid through this. And then voila, it became an accessory that I used for a photo shoot. So I'm going to just quickly show you or remind you how easy you can add anything to hair to make it something new and fresh and exciting, as long as it has 2 openings. This little tool thingy, at first I didn't used to use it, but it's really simple to use. All you're going to do is load up the amount of beads that you want on the tool, and then put the hair in between the last bit of space left over. Once you pull the hair through, all you're going to do after, super simple, is push the beads upward so that the braid goes through the hole of each of the beads. Once you're done, all you're going to do is take the lowest bead, bend the hair over it, grab a rubber band, and wrap the rubber band around the braid that holds the last bead. And then you are all done. Any excess hair left sticking out, we are not going to leave like that. We're just going to grab a pair of scissors and make it a nice, neat install. This is the great thing about using beading that has a wide opening. You don't need any tools. You can just slide it right onto the braid. Don't gotta worry about nothing. All you're gonna do is maybe check the length so that you know where you want the beading to stop, and then put a bead at the end using a tool and secure it just like we did last time. And that's pretty much it. So I hope this was helpful. I hope you dare to create something new and special for yourself or for a client. And don't forget, there are no rules. That's the most important thing I want you to take away from this. Okay? Happy creating.